we are delighted to be here hosting all of you to celebrate a wonderful announcement from the William J Henderson Foundation, and I will tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. I did want to acknowledge many of the folks who we have here with us today, and they include David Pattenden and Michael Hickey, who are members of the Henderson Foundation Board. We have, of course, from the hospital, Leslie Thompson, our CEO, and Roger Deely, who's our Vice President Research, and also has a cross-appointment to Queen's University and the research portfolio. And Ian Wilson, who has served as the co-chair of the fundraising effort on behalf of the entity we're here to celebrate today, the Centre for Patient-Oriented Research. So I think, notes here that I'm supposed to indicate the amount of money, but I am quite sure that David or Michael would like the pleasure of announcing the total gift. The Henderson Foundation is, of course, the wonderful legacy left by Judge Bill Henderson through his estate. It's a foundation he set up a number of years earlier, but really significantly capitalized through estate gifts. They have contributed more than $1.9 million to our hospitals here in Kingston, and have also, that's over the course of all history, and they have also generously supported all kinds of medical research and initiatives at Queen's University. Focused areas for granting have included cardiology, urology research, orthopedics research, the Human Mobility Research Centre, and diagnostic imaging. So we are going to be celebrating a specific announcement that reflects their next foray into investing in the healthcare infrastructure and the vision for medical science in this community. And I wanted to invite David Pattenden to come forward and tell you a little bit about that.
Thanks, Denise.
Oh, here, we'll switch.
Well, Denise and I are old friends, as you can tell. Never met her before we started donating money, and now she's on my email every day. And but she does a phenomenal job. Without her guidance, we couldn't do what we try to do. Yeah, the Henderson Foundation. I think we're blessed in Kingston. We all, if you don't know it now, you should know it. We're very blessed for many reasons. One, that we have a university. Two, that within that university we have a medical school. And three, as the outlying area around that, we have a number of philanthropists. And I don't have to go through the family names, a number of names that all of you people are familiar with that are constantly giving money for the university and for medical research. The Henderson Foundation is in memory, as Denise has said, of Bill Henderson. Bill was a multi-faceted individual, everything from a member of parliament to a lawyer to a benefactor, most importantly. And he wanted to contribute to the community, and he has, and he started his contributions while he was still alive. You can't walk around either the Hotel Du Hospital or the Kingston General Hospital or any other medical-related activity in Kingston without seeing the Henderson name. Go over to the new medical school and you'll see the Henderson name on a room over there where we donated to there. Go to the Hotel Du Hospital and look in the boardroom. The name of the boardroom is the Henderson Boardroom, named after Bill. And Michael and I, of course, Michael has been his lawyer for a long time. Michael's only 23, and you can see what knowing Bill has done to him. It's made him look older. He was an interesting character, and I remember Michael and I looking at each other when Bill passed away and saying, do you think we'll ever find everything that he was into and everything that he owned? Just trying to assemble everything was quite a challenge. And we would look on ourselves as a boutique. I'm coining that phrase, a boutique foundation. We're not, the foundation will not be delivering money to large fundraisers for a new building, for example, for a new tower. This is the largest single donation we've made, and we made it not because it has to do with construction, but because it has to do with research, it has to do with teaching and research. And instrumental in us understanding its significance was the input that I personally received from Roger Deely. Roger's a very dear friend, and I have a huge confidence in his knowledge and ability, and he was very instrumental. So between Roger giving me the academic research side and Denise beating me up on the email every day, you don't have much of a choice to get money these days. But we look at ourselves as boutique. We focus on areas within the hospitals where money is needed for a specific clinical and slash research teaching situation. For example, we gave $100,000 last week to the ENT side at Hotel Dieu for some new technology that they need. Patients are going to benefit from it immediately. Research is going to benefit from it immediately, and the students who come here from Queens. And I'm on the board of trustees at Queens, so I'm very interested in the teaching side as well. So we're boutique. We're going to focus. I use my old memories with the Ontario Medical Association, which I was with for many years. I use those contacts to talk directly to the doctors. I say, what is it that you need? Denise gives a wonderful outline of what the projects are. Then I can go and talk to the individual physicians involved in research, people like Roger, and say, what is it you really need? So that's what we're going to do. That's what we have been doing, and that's what we intend to continue to do. So Leslie and David isn't here with his side of the equation. I hope that fits with what your strategy is, that you could use someone like us around to plug money into areas where it'll have immediate impact, as I say, either for research, teaching, and or clinical work. Anyway, we're giving $1 million, as you know. I forgot how much. I almost forgot how much we're giving. $1 million, as I say, it's the largest single gift we give. We normally give smaller amounts and distribute it throughout the system more broadly. But this one was needed. Roger convinced us, as I say, between Roger and Denise, they convinced us that it was needed. And where is it going to be, Roger? Is it on this floor? Does $1 million get us a tour? Oh, well, yeah, okay. Anyway, happy to represent Bill. It's his memory we're celebrating. It's Bill Henderson's memory we're celebrating. And he's also dedicated to the military base and has given money. The mental research program for the new program they started up. Again, I forget the acronym for it. But as you know, there's a very active new association across the country. And we donated to that as well because it was a perfect combination of military and medical. Bill, and that's the question we always ask ourselves, would Bill have agreed with that? And if you knew the man, you'd want him on your side, you want him to agree, and we always do that. Anyway, happy to do it, and Denise, back to you.
Thank you so much. So I just wanted to invite all of you in joining me officially in thanking the trustees of the Henderson Foundation for $1 million commitment to a Centre for Patient-Oriented Research, which is an extremely important element in KGH's strategy to build its capacity and presence in medical research. Dr. Deely will explain much more capably what the Centre will do for our research agenda here at KGH. But I'm also delighted to inform you that the Board of Directors of Kingston General Hospital has agreed to name the W. J. Henderson Centre for Patient-Oriented Research here at KGH in recognition of this wonderful leadership gift. So please do join me in acknowledging this incredible leadership they've demonstrated. I'd also like to invite Leslie Thompson to come forward at this time and just share a few remarks on behalf of the hospital. Leslie.
Thank you very much. Probably most significant in this is the naming of having this as the Henderson Centre, which really signifies the tremendous contribution. But patient-oriented research is where we are really focusing on research with our scientists and our clinician scientists and the expert researchers to really bring together research that is going to make a difference to patients. And so we're very, very pleased. This gift is going to really help us have state-of-the-art research facilities and right here in the clinical setting. So it allows for kind of that interaction, the ongoing ability to have patients receiving and participating in clinical trials and other kinds of initiatives that are going to help advance our knowledge and our ability to be leaders. The center is going to include 6 modular research labs to be used by multiple research teams. It's going to have facilities that will allow for overnight observation for studies and clinical trials, patient-friendly waiting and reception areas, biohazard level 2 tissue preparation area, a blood and tissue collection room, an office space and conference rooms for researchers and staff, to be able to talk about the work that they're doing and to continue all of that interaction, as well as private areas for getting informed consent and questionnaires, surveys, and exams. These additions to KGH will create almost 9,000 square feet of new clinical research space, brand new space, increasing existing research facilities by almost 25%. And these are essential for us to achieve our goal of being one of Canada's leaders in patient-oriented research, and through the amazing collaborations that we have with people all across the country. I think that it's also so important that not only the generosity of the funding and the ability to launch the centre, but the generosity of so many people in Kingston and patients who choose to participate in research is an incredible gift and very, very important and meaningful contribution to the advancement of care and science, and helping us work together to achieve outstanding care always, which is our aim. So thank you very, very much from all the patients and staff at Kingston General Hospital, and thank you everyone for coming out and joining on this incredible celebration. And now I'd like to introduce Dr. Roger Deely.
Well, I'm delighted to be here this morning to represent the research communities at our 3 hospitals and in the Faculty of Health Sciences. I'd like to convey their thanks to the Henderson Foundation for this outstandingly generous donation, unprecedented donation from the Foundation. It's going to put us a long way on the road to making the Henderson Centre for Patient-Oriented Research a reality. So, thank you. I would also like to personally acknowledge the support and encouragement we've received from both David and Michael at all stages of this endeavour. Without their help, I know this certainly wouldn't be happening. So, although the centre will be located here at KGH, it will actually benefit patient-oriented research in Kingston as a whole, and the entire initiative has really been a great example of what you can accomplish with good partners. And the centre really complements an exceptional initiative supported by the Southeastern Ontario Academic Medical Organisation, the organisation that is the umbrella, if you will, for all of our clinicians at the 3 hospitals. CMO, with farsightedness, supported a new clinician scientist recruitment program beginning about 2 years ago. It was a substantial commitment, and over the last 2 years, we've actually recruited no less than 10 new clinician scientists to Kingston, many of whom will be benefiting from the opening of this new centre. So raising the funds for the centre is also a partnership. It's involving not only UHKF and benefactors like the Henderson Foundation, but it's also involving the researchers themselves. And I'm really pleased to say that to date, 2 of our groups have raised $1.2 million in research support from the Canadian Foundation for Innovation. And we'll be continuing down that route in the spring when a new competition is announced. As Leslie indicated, the centre will provide much needed, in this case, custom designed space that will allow us to bring researchers and patients together in a multidisciplinary setting. It will enable the development of new treatments, new diagnostics, new treatment guidelines and procedures, and ultimately, we fully expect the research in this centre to benefit patient care not just in Kingston and in Southeastern Ontario, but places beyond Canada. We truly aspire to be international in reach, and I'm sure we will. So I'd like to thank you again, Bill, Michael and David.
In order to undertake any transformational activity, you require excellent leadership. And with this project, we've had great visionary leadership from the CEO and executive team here at KGH, from Roger and the entire team associated with research that is affiliated with Kingston General Hospital, from the visionary folks who are the decision makers at the Henderson Foundation, but also from a couple of community volunteers who have really made their mark in healthcare in this community through being champions of strategic and important projects over time. And one of them will be very familiar with to all of you because he was the chair of our Together We Can campaign. And Ian Wilson very graciously and very kindly stepped forward to serve as co-chair of the Development Council that is focused on finding the money to complete this project. So Ian, why don't you come forward and share a few words?
Thank you, Denise. Richard Kizel got me into this, along with Denise. But the hospitals are a pretty easy thing to step forward and say, yes, I will. Because the hospitals do so much for all of us every day. And that's throughout Eastern Ontario, and as Roger said, because of the research around the world. We are so lucky. And so from an academic point of view, from a clinical point of view, from a research point of view, we have the very best here in Kingston. And that, of course, helps from an economic development point of view. And that's likely where I met Bill the first time, was I was involved in local politics in Bill's township, Ernesttown Township. And I was just kind of talking earlier, it's about 40 years ago, I guess, I was first elected, and 25 years ago I was reeve of the township, and that meant an every morning phone call from Bill. Bill had this 7 o'clock routine of early morning phone calls, and what are we going to accomplish today? Well, I can. 7, we were at 6. Well, yeah, I was at Johnny Come Lately, David. So, but Bill, he always astounded me. He was a Renaissance man. He was involved in so many things, and he always was thinking beyond his life. And so, Bill, he would be delighted in this. He would absolutely be delighted that he's involved in helping scientists do things that will have an impact beyond his life and beyond our lives. So for Michael and David, who are representing the board of the Henderson Foundation, thank you for choosing this project to go ahead with. It makes a huge difference. It allows this to happen, and it really means that those scientists and researchers, doctors who come from away to make Kingston their home will have a place to do research 24 hours a day. These labs will be available and they'll be functioning all the time, and that's a delight. So thank you very, very much. I don't know that Denise always provides me with notes, but I guess I'll just do my usual thing and say, if you're not already giving, please give. I mean, that's the thing. It's giving is so easy. It's just one of those things that's on your monthly statement, and you give to the hospital. So please do. Thank you very much. Will you bid?
Thank you so much. I did want to let you know that in addition to this wonderful recognition naming the Henderson Centre for Patient-Oriented Research, the Board of Directors of Kingston General Hospital also recently approved the naming of the W. J. Henderson ICU Family Lounge on KID 2 for a 20-year period in recognition of the Henderson Foundation gifts to Kingston General Hospital since 2005. So thank you for that as well.